Hello everyone and welcome to State of the Realm, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast. This week, I don't think it's any surprise, there was a 14-hour broadcast, live letter number 38, some additional comments from the developers, and the return of a certain watch that, yeah, let's not do that. Anyway, I am one of your hosts, Michael, Mr. Happy Poverum. Of course, joining me is Sly, aka Slythefox, aka Sly, aka Greyfox, aka my boy Blue. How you doing?
I'm doing great now. I don't have to actually quote unquote host the show.
No, you did good. I actually forgot to give you an instruction on something last week, and yet it still looked. I forgot to tell you to zoom in on the chat. I told you that your chat size was okay, but that not. I meant like how much space real estate it took up in the window. That's my bad, Sly. 300 the bus there. Yeah, I know. And to join us in the discussion, we were going to have all four horsemen on, but it's just going to be three of us this time. But three in this case is not necessarily worse than four, because who cares about Ethos anyway? We have Merri joining us for this discussion. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I like the beard. I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to trim it a little bit, but...
Well, see, yours is like under control. Like mine is like, if you look around here, it's getting kind of out of control, and like it's getting a little too neck beardy for my tastes.
Just a little bit shave. You know.
Yeah. At least we're all bearded here. It feels good to have a very beardy show.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone here enjoys beardy shows, and then Dwayne. All right. So. We have the 14-hour broadcast to go over. Obviously, we're not going to go over the 14-hour broadcast, and we're not doing a 14-hour State of the Realm either. So that
one day?
No, Sly, we would die if we did a 14-hour State of the Realm. You and me personally would die.
A minion challenge, maybe one day.
So, all right, Sly, you could do the minion challenge. You could be Takai. You could do the 3 lines with Wondrous Tales. I'll make you do that. And then I'll get Ethos and Merri, and we'll hold the rest of the show.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Sounds like a plan.
And you can have Soken dressed as Chloe standing behind you.
Ooh, right.
All right. That was scary. That was hilarious. I was with a few of the Square Enix employees when I was at PAX West, and I was like, "Have you seen Soken dressed as Chloe?" And they were like, "Show us now. Show us now."
Amazing.
It was beautiful. All right, so we're gonna get started with the thing that people are talking about the most right now, and that is the live letter number 38. That was about, I guess technically what we're going to be talking about only took up about an hour of the 14-hour broadcast, because after that, Yasumimatsu joined, and we're like, great, we're going to get to hear so much about Return to Ivalice. And then they just drank wine for an hour. Yeah. At least Yoshi P did it right this time. He had somebody open the wine for him off camera. He wasn't trying to mess with that. So, first of all, what do you guys think of the live letter? Part 1 live letter, usually the one that's just general overviews, but first thoughts. Merri, you're the guest here, so I'll let you go first.
It was okay. We got a lot of interesting info, a lot of, little quality of life things that I'm looking forward to, so it was good.
And Sly?
It got me interested.
Oh, it got you? All right. I hope so, because that's these live letters are... They're supposed to. If they don't, then it's usually patch 3.1.
Rip.
Sly, what about you? What'd you think?
I thought the quality of life stuff was actually pretty interesting. Like, out of everything, which, all the interesting stuff, the primal, the new ultimate, aka bend over and grab your ankles ultimate, yeah, all the quality of life stuff is actually really good.
And the thing, we haven't seen all the quality of life stuff, as we'll talk about. There's obviously some things there's always a ton of things we don't find out about till...
Yeah.
Still no goddamn tackle box.
Maybe.
Yeah, you don't know that. They didn't say there wasn't going to be a tackle box.
Yeah, could be.
I'll hold my breath. Yeah.
That's well, you got to if you're gonna go spearfishing anyway. But anyway, all right. So let's get started. We're gonna go. Sly, don't. Come on, just let me have this.
It's too early. It's too early. Could you wait? At least wait till mid.
Sly, you're 3 hours ahead of me. How is it too early?
Ooh, he's got you, dude.
Don't feed him. You're feeding.
He got you.
Well, apparently, if you feed me, it just cracks Sly the hell up. So.
Oh yeah.
You guys didn't see that, but
That's
before pre-show, even before we went live with pre-show, Mel had Twinkie flavored ice cream.
I would kill for that to happen during the show.
And she just was like standing off camera, so they would just see me like this, and then just a spoon would come by, and then just
feeding them.
Just disappear.
Yeah.
The pre-show. So we have the name for the patch 4.1. The Legend Returns. So my only question to you is, who is the legend?
Me.
But you were never gone.
Was I?
Or was I?
I mean, I think we all know who it is.
I think we all know who it is too. Well, one of two people.
One of two.
Especially when we go into some of the details about one of the contents later. But Sly, do you want to wager a guess? I hate that. I knew someone was going to say the Legend 27. I knew it was going to happen in the chat. I knew it was going to happen. Hildebrand. Yeah. It's clearly Hildebrand.
Hildebrand.
Gaius.
It's not Gaius. He's
Gaius.
He's Elidibus. I'm sticking by that canon that Elidibus is using Gaius's body. All right.
Daddy Balesar.
By that?
I'm sticking by that canon. That's been yet to be confirmed.
I mean, Elidibus or not, it's still Gaius.
And to be more specific, it says the patch titles will offer hints as to what is going on between Doma and Alambigo. That's what it says translation-wise. And there was also a screenshot of Raul in the Royal Menagerie, but he is kind of a legend.
Oh, okay. No. If that's the case, the legend is Raul's arm.
I'm gonna punch you in the face. You know that, right?
Yo.
You know that? I'm gonna make you host the show next week. That's my punishment to you.
Yeah.
I have the power to do it. It's gonna be like.
You're just gonna say that your internet shit again, and you're just gonna make me host the show.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I'm gonna be like streaming like 18 different things, and then I'm gonna record myself doing it. I'm gonna send it to you after the show, so you know my internet was fine. Except I just ruined the whole thing. 18 different streams.
18.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen. League of Legends is gearing towards Worlds. I can make it happen. They got 18 different languages for those streams. All right. So we also learned that the next live letter is mid-September.
So we don't have to wait too.
So yeah, It's already September 5th.
Yep.
It's the first Tuesday. So what are we guessing? 2 weeks from today? 3 weeks from today?
What?
Yeah.
Friday or Saturday morning? Same time?
Yeah, I guess I should be more clear. It's not going to be on a Tuesday, most likely. But more like a Friday.
Next Friday. After.
Yeah, I think the Friday after next Friday.
Or
3 Fridays from now is my guess. 3 Fridays from now. What day is that in the calendar? Everyone's saying that
is.
I'm guessing the 22nd.
22nd. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hedge my bets on the 22nd because the 29th is not mid-September anymore.
Yeah, that's end of September.
Yeah, that's literally as far towards the end as you could possibly get for a Friday. Everyone's saying that Raul, it's if the legend returns, we're gonna have Cold Steel all over again. That's the legend returning. I hope not.
No.
Yokai just returned. That could be the legend.
Good. It's a shitty legend, but
it's a real shitty legend. All right, so let's go into some of the more specific details. So, of course, new main scenario quests continue through 4.1. We know we'll get to revisit the Royal Menagerie.
Yeah.
Not for extreme mode of, Royal Menagerie, just as an area. Because people kept saying, hey, I want to go back there. And they're like, all right, whatever. Here.
That's kind of a fair point. I mean, we did liberate it, so why can't we just go there anytime we want?
So I want to pose a question to both of you.
All right.
With the volume of the Stormblood story where we had 10 levels worth of quests, We got to see the development of Alamigo and Doma's resistances to a great extent. But now we know that these patch stories are definitely way shorter. Yeah. How do you think they're going to balance the progression of Kugane and Doma and their liberation, like their post-liberation status and rebuilding? How evenly do you think it's going to be proportioned in the patches themselves?
You want to go first, Sly?
Merri, I'll let you go.
So I mean, what I would like to see personally, I think it would be best served if it was kind of like an alternating thing, like maybe one patch is Alamigo, the next is authored back and forth, because if they try and split it up like and do both in one patch, I feel like it's just going to be too little on both sides. And they can't really cut it any other way.
Sly?
I think it's going to be too little in general, no matter how they do it. Knowing what we know from past story, how quickly the Dragonsong War ended, I think even if they try to split it up, it's still going to end it's still going to be cut really, really short. I'm still a little bit, like I said, I'm a little bit jaded about the Dragonsong War and everything that happened for that, and then that's just it, nothing else. So I think within about, this is going to be patch 4.
Yeah.
4.3, we'll kind of see everything conclude. That's my prediction. It'll be balanced well, but 4.3, you're going to see the end of the whole Alamigo Doma storyline.
See, but they can't really conclude because they're building up towards 5.0 now. Like, we concluded by liberating. Now it's like probably going to be building up to go after them. So, like, could there really be a conclusion there?
I don't know how smart it is to go after the Garly.
I mean, what do we do now? You know,
we gotta fortify is what we gotta do now.
I suppose.
Yeah. We fought a war against dragons. We fought a war against a crazy dude, and now we got more wars to fight. But I think we gotta take a little bit of time.
But if we give them time to regroup and come and smash us,
and that's where Return to Ivalice comes in.
How?
We'll talk about that later. So, with that in mind, are you thinking it'll be concluded 4.3 Sly? Let me pose this. One part that's not here in the official translation that was kind of brought up elsewhere was the idea that the patches could extend past 4.5.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, in terms of strictly main scenario implications, do you think that means it's more build up for the next expansion, or that they need more time to conclude our current story arc and the rebuilding?
More build up. Little bit of filler.
Little bit of filler.
Little bit.
Not like Dragon Ball Z levels of filler, but like Dragon Ball Kai levels of filler.
Yeah, not.
I don't watch any other anime, so that's all I got.
I feel like they learned their lesson with filler. They're kind of over that.
Since 2.3, it's felt like filler's been at an all-time low.
Yeah. I don't think we'll see much.
Well, I mean, that's if we even get a 4.6 and a 4.7 to begin with. I think more people are concerned about the other content that would be available in said patches. But
yeah,
I had to just talk about it for main scenario quests. We also have what our new dungeon is going to be, the Drowned City of Scala. As a reminder, we only get one new max level dungeon in odd-numbered patches, and 2 new ones in even, to make room for making new stuff like Ultimate and Eureka and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to really pull from this. But what was that?
It's down in the lake.
It's under the locks, most likely would have been my guess too. Yeah. But I was more gonna say, do you guys still have mixed feelings about only getting one dungeon in odd numbered patches?
Nah, I'm cool with it.
Care to elaborate, Merri?
I mean, I'm in dungeons so infrequently nowadays because you get tomes from other places, so it's like I might do an expert or two here and there, and that's it. So I'm fine with just one more dungeon.
Sly, I'll let you get that off your chest now.
Yeah, I mean, if we get better content on off patches for sacrificing one dungeon, I'm okay with that. I mean, like Merri said, you can get like tomes from anything else. You can if you're trying to climb the ladder, most of your tomes are probably going to be from feast and shit. So,
Yeah,
there are a lot of alternatives nowadays. Maps being my own personal one, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Very exciting map updates. Very, very exciting. Do you think the expert roulette's going to be 4 dungeons in the odd-numbered patches and 3 dungeons in the even? How do you think they're going to
cut the lowest?
You think they'll... Because where does Alamigo go? Because they can't just cut Alamigo now. Because then it would have no roulette.
You know, that's a good point, because if they did cut it, like, how would you gauge what the lowest is for the next dungeon? Because Kugane Castle and
Temple of the Fist
are like the same, so... I guess, yeah, it might just be 4, and then they'll just cut that as they move forward. And
what I'm thinking is they add this dungeon in 4.1, and it's 4 dungeons. And then when they add the 2 more in 4.2, they'll cut the first 3 from 4.0 and 4.1. And then they'll have the... from 4.0. They'll cut the first 3 from 4.0 and 4.2. And then it'll be 3 again in 4.2. Then it'll be 4 again. And then they'll cut the 4.1. It's fucking weird. I don't know how to...
You know what they could do?
What could they do?
What they could do...
it's just never make another roulette and just keep adding stuff.
We'll talk about this more later in the show, but with squadrons, how they're making it so we can go into dungeons.
Don't do that.
And, well, no, listen, I'm not done yet. They said that they're going to be changing the way that Castrum and Praetorium work with the cutscenes. So who's to say they don't get rid of those in the MSQ roulette and add in other dungeons into the MSQ roulette, such as Alamigo and maybe even Etheric and just kind of have that be the new MSQ roulette, and then remove it from
expert. I don't want this.
It could happen though.
It could happen. I don't think it will. I think Aetherochemical and Alamigo being in the more important roulettes has been nice. I do agree that with the whole comments they made recently about Castrum and Praetorium, something is happening there, whether they're making them solo or squadron related, or you can do them with squadrons, whatever. I don't know. I don't think that's a solution going on that topic, though, because squadrons are kind of like endgame content. Getting to first lieutenant is not a short endeavor.
Well, that implies you're having like a full ranked one. They give you a bunch of people to start, remember? They give you 3 recruits. And it tuned that you could complete with those.
Squadrons.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible. We'll see. That's true.
Yeah.
Technically, first lieutenant is the end goal of squadrons, not the prerequisite. You still do need to hit second lieutenant, but you can hit second lieutenant by the time you hit level 50.
Yeah.
The problem is you then have to get your squadrons up before you could technically take them in. So there are still stipulations there, but we'll see. We'll see what actually ends up happening.
Yeah.
Next thing is the new trial. I don't think anyone's surprised by this. We've said it a million times over by name. The Royal Menagerie Extreme.
Comedy Extreme.
Comedy Extreme?
Yeah.
Why is it Comedy Extreme? Give me a reason.
Royal Menagerie in general is just comedy. Like, I don't think anybody... I haven't done it in a while, but I would just use the queue up for Royal Menagerie. If I didn't get it in my trial, I would queue up just for the comedy.
All right.
It's better.
How many are going to die to Tidal Wave now? Let's guess 3.
Yeah.
3 seems like a solid guess. All right.
They'll have 2 now. 2 tidal waves.
Yeah, 2 tidal waves.
The only screenshot they show is of Shinryu fighting Yoshida's character on only the very middle platform from the second phase.
That's what a lot of people were thinking.
On his feet. On his feetsies.
Yeah, he's also on his tiny little feetsies. So I don't know what to expect from that fight, really. I obviously I expect the things from normal mode, but way harder. Like both of his wings to be doing mechanics more simultaneously and have more of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they say that they're comparing it to Thornton. They say it's something to look forward to getting a weapon between 02 and 03. I don't know, because they said Thornton was between A2 and A3. And they're saying this is between 02 and 03. But if you compare 02 A2 and 03 A3, those are pretty vastly different in terms of expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hope they can make this Shinryu like crazy awesome. But no matter what, this isn't really the big raid topic.
No.
This is there for most players. Most players will prioritize this.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not for raiders who are looking for the next challenge, it's not the highlight, which we'll get into a little bit later. So our boy Hildy's returning, the true legend, like we said.
Yeah,
that's right.
They're straight up just saying it's a preview episode, which almost tells me I will be done in about 6 minutes.
Maybe.
What is a I don't know. I feel like every episode's just a preview episode since Heavensward began.
You get the quest, and then you remember those like previews you would get at the end of the old Hildebrands?
And you just get that, and it's nothing else.
That would be sad.
That would be sad. But to be fair, the way Hildebrand's kind of almost like a developmental disaster for them in a sense, because they keep just making it because players demand it, and so it has less time to be put through storyboarding, less time, it's got less time for everything in terms of story content. It's not like they plan it out in advance and go, yeah, we're definitely doing it. They're like, well, we'll wait to see what people think.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is better. Do you guys think this is better for the quest, that they're just going to do the short one and then give the next section an actual amount of time to kind of breathe?
Maybe.
Or if it's just going to be Heavensward all over again?
I feel like they should know by now. People love Hildebrand. We want it.
Some people like it.
A lot of people like it.
But not everyone.
Some people like it now. Well, it's at the level of likeness now because of what happened in Heavensward, where we just didn't see it for a while. And, you bring him back. Oh, this is it? Yeah, that's why it's not what it used to be. Like, if they ever get back to the levels of maybe what they did in 2.0, sure. I would definitely be down for more Hildebrand. But if it's just going to be, few memes and everything, and that's it. Mm-hmm.
Listen, to be fair, the I think it was 3.4 in particular, I was on the floor dying when he steals the old dude's armor, and I lost my mind. They're getting away really slowly, but they're getting away. I loved it. Yeah. That being said, I was disappointed with Heavensward. They said they might show interest into doing trials again. They said this maybe months ago, doing trials in Hildebrand again.
That'll a big strump something, maybe.
But I guess my only question is to you. I mean, yeah, you had the minion as a reward, but do you think, like, as fun as it is the first time you do it, do you think that they will ever make it relevant to the point where people maybe want to do it more than once? If they don't get their minion, other than if they don't get their minion.
I mean, in all honesty, did you first time you did battle at Big Bridge? Did you want to do it more than once?
Yeah,
to get my minion.
Not even that. Like, it was super nostalgic to me. I was like, yeah, this is sweet.
I liked helping people with it because I liked seeing their reactions, but I got over it real quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get over it like really, really quick. Once you do it, that's it. I mean, there's a little replayability if let's say they do add a trial like that and then they put it in a trial in trials roulette. But I mean, the little replayability you have, we're so used to, like, in terms of something like Hildebrand, we're so used to just Typhon and Ultras, do it 1 week, get the minion. That's it. You never really want to do it again. If it shows up again in trial, yay.
Man, I hated when that showed up in trial until they nerfed it. I was like, all right, how many of the DPS don't know how to do the imp thing, and how many of them don't read chat?
People still don't. Surprisingly, people still don't.
But now you don't lose if people don't know how to do it. That's the key difference.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I would want them to deliberately kind of hold it back like that right from the get-go. That being said, I hated getting that fight in the trial.
Yeah.
I mean, but in the end, we take it at face value. We know if this happens, we know what we're getting. We know what we're getting. We know how long we're going to have fun with it. But I would actually take that over what we have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if Hildebrand's going to be a one and done experience like it is now, having a trial obviously makes that one and done experience better.
Yeah.
So I feel for you on that front. I feel for you. We also have the Kojins are confirmed to be our first beast tribe. Honestly, with the way the story played out, I almost don't even know what to really expect from the beast tribe itself, because the main scenario actually kind of felt like beast tribe quests in a sense.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you could kind of say the same about, I guess, the Nath and the Vath and the Vanu, and because we kind of worked out the same way. But these felt a lot more like we were really ingrained in the Kojin story and in their what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for. It's really easy, and I'm slipping my mind, but I don't know what I really expect other than helping them establish trade routes.
Yeah. And maybe their evil brethren interfering a little bit.
Well, we're gonna need to like steal relics from their evil. Like I guarantee you that becomes part of it. Where we have to steal their relics, but they said they want to do some interesting things here. Can we swim through rings again? Superman 64 underwater style?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Time trial? You gotta swim through the rings in a limited amount of time?
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
It's got better control than Superman. I can
does.
promise you.
It does.
Unless they do it like Chocobo Racing where you're on rails.
Let's not do that.
Swimming races?
Not even races. Oh, I guess maybe they could pitch you up against the other NPCs, the other Kojin NPCs. Oh man, now I'm kind of excited.
Turtle Blitzball.
I will punch you in the face. There was an interview question today about
Do it.
Blitzball.
Do it.
You know they're gonna have a team though, right?
I don't care if they have a team. I will.
What, the Turtles?
Yeah,
the Teenage Mutant Ninja
probably,
Kojin.
actually.
They're gonna
definitely have a team.
The Ananta might.
I honestly, I'm kind of hoping that next they don't do that, and then next year for the summer festival they bring back the Power Ranger knockoff and put them up against the Teenage Mutant Ninja Kojin. That could be our next Summerfest thing. That would be great, and then we get turtle shells as the thing. I honestly, I expect we will get a turtle shell as part of the Kojin B-Stripe quest anyway for Glam. Just because, like, if we don't, then Square Enix have actually lost sight of their game, as far as I'm concerned. But that's gonna be this one. Are we still hedging bets on who's gonna be the crafting Beast Tribe this time around? Are we still I'm thinking the Namazu still.
I mean, it has to be. It can't be turtles anymore.
And
I
doubt
don't think
it.
they'd do crafting right at the start.
Yeah, I don't trust the snake ladies.
No.
So you're not gonna make any. You don't think you'll make any like facial cream for them? That sounds so wrong.
Well, I mean, they do craft jewelry, but it's kind of like goldsmith.
They craft jewelry, and they're all about their beauty, so they want their facial cream. Crazy.
They're very vain. No, I don't think so. I'm still sticking to the Namazu as my guess for those beast tribes. But they said the rewards are a little bit different. I don't know what to take with that, because what the heck's different? What are you gonna do different? Mount Minion, Glamour. I don't know. Can you get grade 6 materia from this too?
Maybe
something akin to glass fibers again.
Maybe. Dude, I made bank off that. I'll take glass fiber type stuff. I want them to save that for the crafting one though. When people go, "Oh, it's crafting," I'm not gonna do that. Like me, except this time I will do it.
Yeah. How's crafters looking, by the way?
Man, they look real good repairing my stuff at level 60.
Good shit.
Yeah, that's the only thing they're leveled for at this point. All right, so they're going to talk more about that in the live letter in a few weeks. We also got a preview of the new PvP content, Rival Wings. Sounds like a shitty anime.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Watch it. Really? I mean, even seeing what we saw with the raid weapons, you still don't.
It almost seems like they're implying that's all there is to it.
No.
Like you don't fight on the ground and it's just robots.
No. It'll be 2 teams of 24. You can't possibly have 24 robots.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to make Final Fantasy 14 Gundam.
No. Stop.
Versus 14.
They only showed the robots. They didn't show any players.
Because
on
that's
the
the new thing.
But you think they'd show some more fighting too?
Nobody wants to see the players when you've got Oppressor versus Arc.
Maybe.
To be fair, nobody wants to see an Oppressor there. And now everyone's afraid that each base is going to be a manipulator. I do actually think both bases will be a manipulator. And it's going to be the first to take out the enemy manipulator.
Maybe.
I'm feeling very confident in myself right now. Yeah, and then they'll have to destroy the legs and the core. And that's how it's going to be. Except that the core only appears when all 4 legs are dead, and it doesn't do, I am here, no I'm not. I am here, no I'm not. And then you have to do Nisi. But anyway.
PvP Nisi. Perfect.
PvP Nisi, because we needed that.
Yep.
Totally needed that. So Rival Wings is 2 teams instead of 3, first of all. Thank God, in my opinion. 2 teams of 24 with 6 parties, 6 light parties per team, as opposed to 3 full parties.
Yeah.
Which is the weirder thing for me.
Yeah, it's a little... I have no idea why they do that.
Well, I mean, if you look at A6 Savage, there's 4 robots, and then they combine with the 5th robot to make Brute Justice. So maybe you're just in each of the 4 robots. There's your Gundam theory.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the Voltron theory, and your goal, and then you have to collect the final piece in the middle of the map, and then use Brute Justice to push down.
Yeah, how would that work though? How would you control that?
I'm not the developer. Don't ask me. It's not my job.
Yeah, who gets control of it, or does it move on its own?
No, you get control of it. Oh, you mean the Brute Justice? Everyone takes control of an arm at the same time, but Brute Justice just walks towards the enemy base.
No, what it's gonna be? It's gonna be like Quap or whatever. Like one person's gonna control one leg, someone controls the other.
When he
and
says
you have to
Quap,
like.
When he says Quap, he means QWOP, by the way.
Yeah.
Not Aquapolis.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
No.
And
it's called Quap, but because we call Aquapolis Quap.
Yeah. And so like you have to like work together to get it to move. That's what it's gonna be.
That would be the worst.
With the server lag, it'd be great. It'd be perfect.
Oh yeah, because that's no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Why would you wish that on us, Merri? Don't smile at me like that. Don't do that.
You know the answer.
I mean, they did say in your interview with Yoshida that Brute Justice would be present there in some capacity. Going all the way back to May with your interview, he said that. Stop.
Sorry.
Stop it. I'm scared.
I mean, it might be cool. I'm going to hold my breath until we see more info on it.
Right.
But at least it's 2 teams. I'm happy about that.
Yes, because 2 teams is... I can't stand 3 teams anymore, man.
Yeah.
Would you have taken 4?
No! That's even worse.
It doesn't fix the problem. 2 teams.
4 teams.
I mean, 3,
12?
like 3.
No.
3 is just an odd number.
Unless it was 2 teams versus 2 teams. What's the point?
It's also a prime number, Sly.
Thanks, math.
It's irrelevant, but I wanted you to know that.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, but 3 was always an odd number. That's the thing that irked me about it. Like, I'll be okay with it.
Dude, 4 teams would annoy me so much more than 3 in every way possible.
It'd be a mess. It would just be a mess. There'd be so much going on.
At that point, you might as well just make 4 starting points, but everyone just kills each other. Like, just no teams.
Just kill each other out the gate.
Yeah, just kill each other
Take
out
one
the
step
gate.
and then stab your partner. And like,
Exactly. All right, I'm glad Sly isn't deciding that it's 4 teams. I'm glad you're not in charge of that.
Yeah.
It happened.
All right, next we get battle system related. We'll continue making job related adjustments. So, Merri.
Machinist.
Machinist is really strong right now. They're just clunky.
Yeah, they've always been.
If we're going to talk about that, the speedrun meta is literally the same as 3.4 right now. It's literally, except Paladin instead of, I think Paladin instead of Warrior? I don't remember the tanks.
Yeah, Warrior's kind of...
Well, the good news is this is when the new Shake It Off should be coming out.
That's right.
So what's on your wish list for Shake It Off? Because you played Warrior 3.x, you're tanking in raids now.
Yeah. It needs to be some sort of group utility. Because Warrior not having group utility and not having higher DPS than, say, like Paladins, it just kind of pushes them out. Because it's like, well, why would you not take a Dark Knight and a Paladin? Because they have group synergy and their numbers are great. Or you could take a Warrior whose numbers are as good as a Paladin, but he has none of the group synergy. And so it just kind of invalidates him. So I want them to have a really solid group synergy ability that makes them actually appealing instead of just super selfish with no DPS to make up for that.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking give it a different effect for Defiance and Deliverance. That's what I'm thinking. Because
cool.
I'm thinking Defiance, you redirect 5% of like all the damage dealt to the party for like a few seconds, and then you heal for a portion of it at the end of the duration. And if you're in Defiance, having that bonus health kind of... Because if you're in Deliverance and you do that shit, well, I can't promise anything for you. But if you're in Defiance and you do that, I don't know, you got that extra health. I mean, it's got a little... I don't know, I'm just trying to think of the term. For all I know, they could rename the ability. And it could do something... It doesn't have to be shit it off when we get it back.
Yeah.
So, I agree, though. Something utility-based. And that's going to be the big thing. And then Summoners just... Who knows anymore. 10 more potency on both their dots. That's all they need. Hey, listen, after the fixed ACT thing, the ACT's got another thing that made Summoner dots look a little better. They're working up. They have 8 bajillion buttons, but they're working their way up if they can press all 8 bajillion buttons at this point. Dragoons are doing real good, so Sly should be happy with where his job is right now. Listen, you're back into being meta, which is all anyone plays, right? Nobody wants to play a job that's not meta, right?
Yeah.
I mean, then again, we're always in the meta. We always had utility.
Yeah, but people didn't care about you for like 2 weeks of the expansion, and that meant hellfire among Reddit.
Yeah, I wasn't baby raging. Too
busy killing shit?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we can't thank you for the buffs, is all I'm understanding.
Yeah.
Okay. Just diverting thanks away from you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, I'm just making sure. All right. Crystal Tower is going to be changed to be 1 tank, 2 healer, 5 DPS, along with the Alliance Raid Roulette.
And you can unsync them.
You can as well.
Yep.
I never thought I'd see the day where we got a piece of content we asked for, aka the Alliance Raid Roulette.
Yeah.
It feels like they have just been avoiding doing it for the longest of times because of the Crystal Tower. And now we're getting it. How many tomestones do you think we're gonna get?
100.
100 Verity.
Really?
100 Verity.
I mean, no, is it 100 Verity or 100 Creation?
100 Verity. Maybe like 50 Creation?
I think more than that.
I don't even think that high for Creation.
60?
I don't know, man. I think the numbers. I think the numbers are going to be very generous.
It's a big time investment.
Exactly.
It can be.
True.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well, unsynced. I don't think it's too.
Yeah, but you can't unsync the roulette.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it has to be worth, potentially spending an hour or more.
I think 60 or 70 creation might be, because it's also something that's daily. I don't know that you can really go out of your way and give out like 100 creation for something that's daily.
Yeah.
I think the general rule they want from roulettes is that they want it to be, if you do it, you have to do it multiple, like the majority of the week. If you do it once a day, you'll cap. So with the current expert roulette, you get 70 for the roulette plus the 50 from the dungeon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's 80.
80? No, yeah, it's 30. It's 30 from the roulette and 50 from is it? I don't know,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
I don't fucking
do. It's 80. It's 80.
I don't fucking do roulettes, dude. I don't know.
What they could do too is they could also adopt what they did with leveling roulette, throw a cluster in there for everybody. That'd get people to do it every day.
Oh, it's 90 a day. Chat says it's.
Oh, is it 90?
Yeah, it's 40 and 50 are the numbers we're looking for. So it's 90 a day.
90.
And that's including the fact that you actually get creation tomestones from the content itself. Whereas this one, only the 4.1 can give creation, which I'd imagine will give like 20 creation or something like that.
Probably.
Maybe 30. I don't remember how much the old ones gave.
It was 20, I think.
Yes, we've been wrong. So
yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right.
we've been wrong. That's all I know.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So we have that. We have the roulette in 4.1. Now we have the Lost Canals of Uznair getting an update.
Good.
I hope you like it. What do you mean good? You looked really upset.
No, I'm not upset. I'm just saying good because like it's kind of getting stale.
It always does, though. It's like
I feel like
Aquapolis
this
never
time it
got.
was especially stale because there wasn't really a whole lot of rewards.
Yeah.
There were. It's just everyone was friggin' doing it. Like when Quap came out in the middle of like 3.3, and people knew what maps were, but they didn't care enough to do them. I don't know what it was about Quap. Like I think back to original Quap, and it was like Dwarf Rabbit, music sheets. The trees weren't there yet, so there was like
Were the leaves there?
the leaves weren't there. The leaves got added later. I think it was like the mask or something originally.
There was some glamour stuff in there.
Yeah. There was some stuff. And then obviously you had like the Expeditioner set. I think that might be
Yeah.
what this one's missing is like sets like
Yeah.
Expeditioners, Falconers.
Yeah.
And then we had the wonderful, wonderful tales of Palace of the Dead to ruin that for everyone. Yay!
Yeah.
But they're taking this isn't even just new rewards though. This is a new approach to the way the content is done. While you're in there, you can get a map. And that map takes you into a hidden chamber. And in the hidden chamber, it's way more RNG than it was before. How do you feel about gambling on even more RNG after some of the runs you've had doing
Hell yeah.
Lost Canals?
Hell yeah. You're probably just gonna lose anyways. May as well go big or go home.
This is why we no longer do map days on Thursdays, because we thought Thursdays were cursed. Like, no, don't give us more.
That
RNG.
reminds me that so Layla, when I think it was during most of Alexander progression, he had the belief that if you're using X potions, you were gonna win, but if you used Draconian potions, you were guaranteed to wipe, like as soon as possible. He thought Draconian pots were cursed.
Cursed. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's
the pot that costs 20k a piece? Great, we'll wipe in 10 seconds. Tank dies to the first tank buster, and you're like, just walk away.
We just had the philosophy that that a specific day, because we never get shit on that day, but going any other day, you'll have a really good day in fucking Ooze-Nerd. You'll get there, actually, more often. Yeah, Thursdays are cursed.
There's someone in my chat who, whenever they join or whenever they come to the stream during maps, all the maps immediately go to shit. And everyone yells at him every time. It's got to be. It's a rough position to be in.
Ouch.
Merri, do you have any superstitions with maps?
Yeah. If it's my map, no portal. No portal.
Oh, we have the same superstition then. Okay.
Yeah. If it's my map, no portal.
Everyone has that but that's because if you've got 7 other people and you're only one of the 8, it's easier to notice when you don't get in and everyone else. But I have had several days where it's all 7 other people get it and I don't. And I'm the 8th person to go and I'm like, yeah, it's my
No.
You don't even get any loot from the fucking map. Like, you get, like, some ink.
Birch lumber.
Yeah.
Oh, and not only that, but all the loot that was in the map fell into everyone else's inventory.
Yeah. You get like 20 water shards. You know.
You don't even get creation tomestones. You get like 3 Verity.
Oh, that would. The old maps used to do that. It was like
they still
just
do.
the weirdest numbers, and it's like, oh great, now I have 263 lore.
They still do that though.
Yeah.
I hate that.
They still absolutely do that.
Why?
All right.
And then last year I was trying to figure out, well, why am I behind by this much lore? Oh,
Yeah, you're missing like 1 tome to cap, and you're like, oh come on, dude.
Dude, I hope that when we go into the deeper end, it's literally just a Monopoly board, and you have to play Monopoly with everyone, and whoever walks away, like the winner, just gets like a shit ton of loot, and your goal is just to fuck everyone. There's so many friendships that will be lost over Lost Canals if that happened.
Yeah, lost canals. Friendships in parentheses between lost and canals.
Lost friendship canals. Oh, I hate you, Canals. But I love you so much, and I'm glad there's going to be even more trolling and options like double or nothing.
Time to start stocking up on those cheap maps.
Oh, yeah. They're pretty cheap right now. Mm-hmm. I still have been meaning to go back to the Aquapolis, the level 61, because the loot there is now worth a lot because no one does it. Like, the Dwarf Rabbit's like 2.8 million, and like the trees are like 700, 800k. It's really nice.
We're going back to dragon skins again.
You know, it's funny. I made someone drop all their dragon skins. They're like, they're worthless. Just get rid of them. And then like a week later, it's like, maybe we should go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tequila. Sorry. So the next update we have is Adventure Squadrons. The ability to bring them into select dungeons.
Woo!
That is, it's weird because that's your most authentic, not authentic laugh or like woo girl thing that I've ever heard. He straight up says you're gonna have to carry them.
I mean, they can still do mechanics and shit, right? I mean, we saw that in what 3 point, what the last
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, they can do mechanics, right? They can dodge, right?
So you know what? I had to do that again for my Healer Happy series, and what I saw was there's one spot where none of the AoEs ever hit, and they just run back and forth between that spot. They don't actually dodge the AoEs.
Oh wow.
Oh, so they're just doing a thing.
Yeah, they're scripted. They're
scripted.
scripted to go to a safe spot every time those attacks come out, pretty much. And those attacks constantly come out back to back to back. So they're not as smart as they look, but I think some of the other quests have some smarter. I think it's true of any quest where that happens. They're strictly scripted against that specific attack in order to move to a specific spot.
Which means they might do that with the dungeons, like kind of rework them. So like if there's any AoEs, they're set in specific spots.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know that they're going to put that much effort into it, but I actually did like leveling my Adventure Squadrons through the old means of doing it, because min-maxing them to get up to First Lieutenant was pretty important. Also, getting some of the hilarious ones that you could get was great. And not only are we going to be able to level them, but we'll have the dungeons level them, and we can glamour them and go past level 50 now.
Yeah.
My first thought is glamoring them is that just became 8 more places to put armor I don't want anymore.
You're absolutely right.
Not a bad idea.
Oh my god, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because that's how I think of my retainers when they are leveled eventually, and you put the gear on them so they can go out and do ventures. It's just a place to put gear I don't use anymore, but I don't want to get rid of. So they just became that to me. If it works that way and it's not just assigning a look to them, please let me just stick gear onto them and just get it out of my inventory.
Or you could just glamour, all of them into snowmen. Just have an army of snowmen.
You know that either you have to do it or one of us has to do it at this point.
Yeah. Or reindeer, and then you could put on a Santa Claus outfit. Santa and his reindeer.
All right, sorry. Aloha was licking my feet, so I picked him up.
Aloha.
Yeah.
Hi.
He says hello too. Yeah.
He looks depressed.
He hates being picked up like this. He hates it so much. He asks for it though.
Let go, human.
When you lick my feet, that's you asking. He's still sitting on my lap too. So normally he doesn't do that. He just jumps down. So Adventure Squadron, we also finally have the Shirogane housing that's going to be available.
Yeah, boy.
The slaughter.
You're gonna. They're bringing back Slaughter PvP mode, aka the Shirogane housing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to. Oh, his hair's in my mouth. You're gonna. He sheds constantly. It's all over my shirt. You're gonna be able to swim in Shirogane and swim in all the previous housing areas as well. They're going to be adding like swimming pools and creeks and stuff to swim in for some of the other ones. That's pretty nice. I don't really care, but it's pretty nice.
Yeah. It's cool.
Sly, you can have a pool party out back at the script house, the script club.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we already got a hot tub in the script club anyway.
Yeah, but now you got to have the outdoor hot springs when you go to Shirogane.
Just don't go to the pool on Belmont.
Oh, we're definitely aiming for that house. Yeah, we're aiming for that plot.
Right by the hot springs, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You better not pick like plot 1 or final. You better pick like some ambiguous one somewhere in between and hope no one else gets there first.
See, I'm going to camp out in the older zones for my new company house. I'm just going to be like, all right.
Why, do you not like where yours is?
Well, I don't have a company house right now. I made my own company.
Okay.
So I need a house for it. So I'm just going to pick up something in the old zones.
All right. That's
fair enough.
That's a smart decision.
Yeah.
We'll see. We don't know a lot of them because that's another thing. The ability to move your plot to a new one is going to be available. So there will be houses opening up in the old zones. So if you're not confident in getting one in Shirogane, you may want to take a similar approach.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind. Unless you're in Balbung, in which case, too fucking bad. It's just, you're just too many people. There's role-playing. Anyway. What else do we have? There's something else that was coming in housing that I can't remember. I don't remember what it was. Nah, who cares? You still won't have one, so it's fine.
Oof.
It's not important news. Most people still won't have one. Oh, the other thing is it's available as soon as 4.1 is available. It's not separated. So if you want it, you better log off where you want your house before 4.1 actually goes down for maintenance. So don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
You know everybody will be doing this though, so good luck.
Yep. And then when you find out you're, 2000 in queue, immediately going to go to the official forums and cry about how you didn't get a house.
Yeah.
And that somebody bought out an entire ward in Shirogane before you got to buy one.
Yep.
It's fucked up.
That is actually a good idea. Let's raise a little bit more money, yeah.
Okay. Really need to do
let's
something about
wards.
housing.
Yeah, one house per account would be nice.
It would be.
That would be great. I mean, it's a very difficult solution system-wise, but it would be theoretically a great one. And we don't and can't buy them all. And then people are like, well, I'll just make a free company on every single character. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. What was that?
That was me, my roommate, sorry.
Is he playing Destiny?
Maybe.
If he got it early enough, that is. We're getting new delivery clients for new custom deliveries.
Will they increase the number of weekly deliveries or still keep it the same?
Are you kidding me? Did you see how they did Beast Tribe dailies all this time? Like, they raised it once. Yes?
It's still an introduction.
It always says that now because there's no point in changing it. I actually just need to
okay.
get rid of that in the top right, but this one doesn't have it.
There you
It
go.
just always says that now. Because we did that originally for YouTube annotations, and then YouTube said, well, we're not doing annotations anymore. And so I was like, well, that's fucking annoying. But
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. What's it
Anyway,
called?
sorry.
No, it's okay. I read it. I was just like, well, I'm just, Yeah, somebody asked me that last week, I think, too. And I had the same thing. So we're getting those. Yeah, I don't think we'll get more dailies. I don't. Well, I mean, we did go from 6 to 12 when we got Heavensward Beast Tribes.
12 is pretty generous, I think.
For a weekly.
Yeah, those were for
Zlois.
Yeah, and these are weekly. So I don't know, man.
If we're getting a new client, I mean, you might as well.
But it only takes I don't know. It only takes 5 weeks to do, even with the current amount of weeklies to cap one of them. I think they're gonna leave it the same, to be honest. I don't think they're gonna change it at all. And they're also moving the weekly reset for this to Tuesdays, so that all token related content resets on Tuesdays.
Yep.
Thank God.
Originally it's because they had capped scripts that Thursday was a different day and they wanted to stagger the release. So
Yeah.
I guess that means no more capped scripts ever again because they're not gonna stagger the release on those ever again. I guess that's what I'm presuming.
Maybe.
But now
We'll see.
Now we're talking about quality of life changes earlier. This was for me the big one. Because this opens up a world of possibilities. All venture scripts and Beast Tribe tokens are being moved to the currency tab.
Wait, ventures are?
Yeah, ventures.
Yes, that's like 50 inventory slots for me.
Yeah.
Whew.
Mm-hmm.
The only question begs is, will there be a cap? And I don't think there will be.
And will they include the ones from your retainers?
I think it'll just be whatever you have at some point.
Converted.
It gets converted, yeah. Because that's, to me, that opens up a world of possibilities. Because I start thinking of things like Aetherite tickets, which I have 1,500 of still.
Yep, I got like 5 stacks of those.
I think I heard Shia the other day say he had 2,000 venture tokens or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's 20 inventory slots right there.
Yeah.
I hope they can. It would. The thing is, I don't like having a ridiculous number of currencies. I know, Merri, you played Final Fantasy XI, and they did that there too, and I fucking hated it, and I still haven't gone back. I still fucking hate it. Yeah. That being said, as they're not taking up inventory spaces, I feel a lot better.
Yep.
11's actually done a really good job of consolidating them so they don't take up inventory spaces anymore.
Yeah, it's just that huge sheet of currency.
Yeah, and so 14 hopefully is moving in that direction because they had things like Gordius manifestos, and we have all the manifestos from Alexander. We have the manifestos from things now. You have the normal mode tokens. Like, there's so many tokens. I don't know.
You think they'll add totems too?
The totems from Extreme Primals. No, I don't see a problem with that. The totems from the Extreme Primals, like, there's so many. Just put them all here. Now the technology exists, just put them all here.
Delta Escape items.
Stuff it in there.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Anything that's a token. I don't care if they have to implement drop-down menu stuff. Just stick it all in the currency tab.
Yeah.
And then tell us that it's causing servers to crash. Too much data. Okay, so this next one. They must have had a lot of fun with this next one. So Bard's getting a new action called Perform, where they can put musical notes and select instruments and play songs in the game itself.
They're giving them an ocarina, basically,
of time. So, yeah, that's the only ocarina that matters. Come on. No one knows of any other ocarinas. I know of the Macarena. That's about
Seria's ocarina?
No, this Ocarina of Time. And maybe that dude from Dragon Ball Z movie when it breaks because he's a bitch the whole movie.
What?
The dude with the sword when he fights Hirudegarn. He keeps playing an ocarina.
I have no idea what you're
talking about. You gotta watch some Dragon Ball Z movies, dude. That was not a good one, just so you know.
Well, then I won't.
No, you should still watch it anyway. Yeah, Tapion, that's his name. So they're gonna update this throughout, like they're gonna add new instruments and stuff as time goes on. But they warned people not to play music from other games.
That's funny.
Which is weird because people do covers of music all the time on like YouTube and stuff, and it doesn't have any problems. So I'm curious what the reasoning is there.
I think it's more them just covering themselves, and that way, like if someone decides to go after them, it's like, we said not to. That's on them. So. But
they said they'd take it out of the game, so they're taking some responsibility for it.
Yeah.
Said
we'll see.
If it gets too crazy, then we're gonna have to take it out of the game. Boy, I don't know about. So I gotta ask, what was the first song you guys thought of hearing played on it?
I want someone to play Final Countdown during Terraflare in 213.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very specific.
Yeah.
Sly.
Mask Off by Future.
I thought of Take On Me. That was the first thing I thought of. I just want to hear Take On Me.
If you're like, talking about raid stuff, and then at the end you're like, and then here's Wonderwall. Right?
You know what? I just imagine someone playing Take On Me as you're running through turn 3. Just running through all the halls and stuff. There
you go.
Although you're not being chased by police officers, it's like slugs and shit. Or riot officers, whatever you want to call them. All right, cross-world functionality updates. You can make alliance raids cross-realm now, which you couldn't do before. You can do PvP custom matches cross-realm, which means you can finally host an actual tournament that takes place across an entire data center and not just on a single server. You can register friends cross-servers, and you can send tells cross-server.
Still can't trade. That would still be too much. No.
Yeah.
You got to keep economies separate.
Yeah.
There's a big discussion about that right now, if they'd ever combine market boards.
Yeah.
And
No.
Yeah, we had this discussion last week. It was a pretty hot topic. My bigger thing is they've always said the reason they don't let people send tells cross server is because of the idea of harassing people, like after a dungeon is done. That's why you also can't send tells.
No, not a dungeon. Fuck that.
Anything.
It's a feast.
Anything.
It's the feast.
Yeah, the feast you can't you can't talk throughout the entirety of feast. So all you really get is what
good
was
match.
Yeah.
Good match.
Yeah, good match. Good match.
Good job.
Good match.
Good job.
Good job.
Hello.
Good match.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Imagine if these were all voice acted. You ever played Smite with the way that their system works, where you press 3 buttons and it does like a voice acted tell to the rest of your team? My favorite was always, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Hello. Nice job. Hello. Adrenaline at 0%. The name's Bart's. Oh my god, in Dissidia beta, anytime someone with Bart's on my team, they'd be like, the name's Bart's. The name's Bart's. The name's Bart's. And I'm like, guys, what's his name? The name's Bart's. Oh my god. Yeah, VHS, that's what it was called. Or was it called VHS? It was like VVC or something like that for Smite. I don't know. It's something like that. Overwatch does that too. Don't voice act this shit, please. VGS. There you go. VGS. They're also going to be adding things like group chat in future patches where you can have... It's basically the equivalent of a cross-server link shell.
Yep.
And other functionality. What other crossover functionality would you guys want? Wow, you guys sure are open to a lot of this, huh?
I don't know. The cross open world thing they talked about, teleporting to different zones. We got that during the interview.
Yeah, that's true. The ability to, when you go to a zone, designate which server on your data center zone you'd like to go to. Because I love doing that so much with instances right now in the locks.
Yeah.
But you do it when you... But I want them to make it so you could do this when you teleport. If I have to fucking physically cross a zone line to pick which server Gridania I want to go to, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm still going to lose my mind. Imagine teleporting and getting put on a... No, they'd have to put you... That's the thing, though. I feel like they would, by default, make you go to your own server, and then you'd have to...
Yeah, you'd have to, choose specifically, I want to go here.
Yeah. I don't know. They're just nothing like the way instances work now.
Yeah.
No chat, no cross-world blitzball. Shut the fuck up.
It's absolutely going to be cross.
They actually straight up just pretty much said they still haven't started working on it, even if they are going to do it.
Yeah.
They're like, we still don't know what we want to do with it. It's like, thank God. I know what I want you to do with it.
You're going to love it, dude. You're going to love it.
I'm going to love laughing about it. That's about it. Then we have the new extreme difficulty content. Oh, the smiles here. So, the new extreme difficulty content is known as the Ultimate Series.
AKA bend over and grab your ankles.
I'm not that flexible, Sly.
Oh, they'll make you flexible. They'll make you flexible.
I don't want that. The first encounter is going to be known as the Unending Coils of Bahamut Ultimate. To be clear, this is a single encounter. And the only screenshot that they showed was of Twintania, Nail Deus Darnus, and Bahamut all performing an attack together.
It's going to be sweet, dude.
That's frightening. I am scared.
I am so ready.
See, I kept saying, they'll do turn 5 or turn 13. Turn 9 already had a Savage.
No, we're getting all three. Because this is Dark Souls. This is apparently Dark Souls. Yeah.
So, let's talk about the rewards first before we talk about some of the dev comments that were made.
The rewards, just the title still, right?
Guaranteed weapon.
You get a weapon that is equal to the 04 Savage weapon in terms of item level, but has its own unique design.
And not just one. Every person in the party, when you clear, gets a weapon.
And it has no weekly lockout.
You can do it 8 times in a row, get 8 weapons.
Although if everyone gets a weapon, they'll be all right the first time. Yeah.
So you get a weapon, a title, and a new asshole.
We don't even mention the title anywhere.
Yeah, there might not be.
I think there will be, but they don't mention it.
Yeah.
It's still the title and a new asshole. So
Ultimate Slayer of Bahamut, something like that.
They did say the weapons are going to be different than any previous weapon we've had, like special. Like they're going to have some sort of effect to it we haven't seen yet.
They better be really goddamn special if we're gonna work for them. You better not just fucking clear ultimate and get the same fucking the axe that we got for the last relic. You better not fucking clear and get that shit.
Dude, listen, that was the best Iron Labrys I've ever seen.
Don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about it. I mean, they could do some maybe new stuff with it. It'd be interesting to see them take the route of a weapon that maybe has an effect on your character.
I've asked them about that. Like, it was really hard to do, and I was like, just do it.
Okay.
They didn't say they wouldn't do it. They just said they gotta talk about it. Mm-hmm. In other words, they've been talking about roaming primals for 4 years.
Yep.
So yeah, and you're guaranteed. And by the way, it's a weapon of your choice, to be more specific.
You get a token.
Yeah. And with no weekly lockout, just go ham. If you want all the weapons, get all the weapons. Go right the hell ahead. To get a little bit more into the fight itself, though, on the during the 14-hour broadcast, there were 2 streams. They always have the one where it's the main one. They have the one with Takai, and some people come and sit down with him, and he talks to them about stuff. And I do want to say they're usually drinking profusely during this, so take everything you hear with a grain of salt or with a bit of hyperbole. Mm-hmm. But the following comments were made about the unending coils of Bahamut. If your group quit during A4 Savage, meaning Gordius, the manipulator Savage, you might as well just give up in phase 1 of the unending coils. That's so
that says a lot.
That says a lot, because they also previously said that this would be like second coil Savage, and I'm like, that's not even remotely comparable to A4 Savage. I would say A4 Savage annoyed the hell out of me way more than second coil Savage ever did. So that's a bold statement. I don't know if I buy that one bit.
We're gonna have Nissi and dive bombs and twisters all at the same time.
Dude, the twisters are gonna follow you. You know that, right?
Dive bomb twisters. They dive at you.
Son.
Wouldn't that just be a dive bomb? Oh, do you mean like the twisters? You mean the twisters spawn and then the twisters do blind AoEs that like dive bomb towards people like every few seconds?
Yeah, while dive bombs are going on.
Okay.
So you have like twisters and
There you go. What else did they say? They said that getting past phase 1 just leaves you with even worse things to deal with later.
Yeah, if you struggle with phase 1, like go home or something, I think it was.
Yeah, if you can't beat phase 1, just go home.
Yep.
And of course, this is alongside comments such as, if it's too hard, don't complain. You asked for this.
We did.
Did we?
Did.
How many people asked for this? Because that's the other discussion. Is it really worth developing something like this for so little of the community?
I think so. At least, so I have a story. So I finally recently cleared O4S. Yay.
Congratulations.
Something that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. But the thing is, like, I've had this basically since I did Savage Coil way back in ARR. Nothing, when I've been in a fight, like back then when I beat, Savage Coil, like big adrenaline rush and it was super exciting. It's like, yes, we beat Savage Coil. We beat all of it. It's amazing. But I just don't have that anymore. Like we beat O4S and like I was like, yes, I was like, all right, it's done.
That was A4 Savage for me.
It's like, I want that feeling back of like, yes, we beat this really hard fight. And it's like nothing they've really put out has gotten that for me. And I feel like Ultimate might finally be the thing where when I beat it, I get that rush that I'm looking for. And so I'm really, really hoping it's, finally something really hard to bite into.
Now, there was a mention of phases being RNG.
Yep.
Yeah. How do you think this affects, because there will be a race for this, how do you think this affects the Pro First race?
I have some experience with a fight and an encounter like this. Mm-hmm. I would call it the Omnitron defense system, the heroic difficulty version of the encounter back in Cataclysm. There are 4 bosses total, but the first boss that spawns is random. And then you have to... The strategy remains the same every encounter. Like, you have a set strategy for when this one spawns, and then the next one spawns, and then set strategy for when this one spawns, and then the one after that spawns. And that is kind of how I expect it to be. You're going to employ the same strategy depending on which one you get, but the order in which you deal with the bosses, meaning that, for example, you could have a phase where you have I'd imagine because you only have 2 tanks that 2 of the bosses will be on the ground at any given time, and one of them will be doing their sort of like intermediate, like, you know how Tintani does dive bombs with the Asclepius and whatnot, and Nail does the golems with the meteors, and Bahamut summons all the ads with the other dive bombs. So that's how I imagine the fight kind of playing out, and I imagine that it's just which one of them's in the air doing their mechanics is the aspect that is random. So learning to adapt to which ones are on the ground and which one are in the air, you have to know how to do them all by the end of the fight anyway, but the order in which you approach them has to change to some degree.
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly what it's going to be. And I don't think that's inherently bad, because it's going to rely more on you just being a master of all the mechanics and not just like doing a song and dance.
Yes. And I could get behind that.
Yep.
I'm just curious if each of the individual bosses then has individual, because it is very clearly labeling it says phase 1. What defines phase 2 becomes the question. If it's going to operate on that sort of plane of existence.
Probably just like this set of mechanics can happen in different ways until next phase.
I wonder if they all like share a health bar or something, and hitting any of them, and maybe one takes less magic. I don't know. They could do a bajillion things.
Yeah.
With the unending coils of Bahamut. I can't wait for bees that have Nisi, and you got to pass the bees through each other, and then you got to pass them through the royal pinnacles, and. All right. Well, please don't do that. By the way, please don't. Please don't.
Let's save Nisi for the next set of ultimate, because the way it seems, it's probably going to be Coil, Alex.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope. It's going to be Gilgamesh next. Calling it. 4.3 is going to be Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
It's going to be Gilgamesh with 2 arms, Gilgamesh with 4 arms, Gilgamesh with 8 arms. It's all going to be one encounter, and then fucking what's his face Enkidu is going to pop up in there too. It's going to be all the Hildebrand bosses ultimately. It's going to have Ultros and Typhon, and it's going to be called not the Battle at Big Bridge. What's the name of another music piece from Final Fantasy 5 and 6? I need one. Oh, and also, all the Warring Triad at once is another one that's considered there. Don't laugh. It's going to happen.
I see it being like...
if you're going to go that far, we still haven't got Tower of the Gods.
I think it's going to be all the raid tiers. I think it's going to be, we got Coil, and then we're going to have Alex, where it's going to be Alexander and Brute Justice and...
The burden of the gods. Ultimate. Well, it can't be the Father, or they're going to call it the Father, the Son, and the Holy Grail. I don't know, it's going to be something. It's got to have something.
I think we'll see that.
It's going to be great when you get Ultimate Warring Triad and people still want to skip Soar. That's going to be... You're going to have to do Soar while Sophia's tilting the arena.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Wow.
I'm calling it. Listen, we could do this all day. But, so, Sly, what do you think the 4.3 Ultimate's going to be? I got Merri's here. He thinks it's going to be Alexander.
Alexander's too soon, though.
I don't think it's too soon. I just don't think... When I think of the way that Alexander functions versus the way Coils function, I don't know, they feel so vastly different. The idea behind Gordius, the idea behind Midas, they're so vastly different from each other. You know, we don't make jokes like, oh, there's just dive bombs everywhere. You know, we don't have that joke. Oh, wait. You know what joke we do have in Alexander?
Missing.
Faust,
yeah. There you go.
Damn.
It's going to be...
So we fight all the Faust.
And then Faust summons, like, Brute Justice to, like, do an attack. You don't even fight him, but, like, the bosses show up in Faust's fight as, like, underlings.
That'd be kind of amazing. Just a bunch of... just Faust. The ultimate Faust.
Yeah, Faust Ultimate.
That'd be fun.
I could see that. I can get down with that. It would be comedic, but I would get down with that. Yeah.
I mean, Alex was kind of comedic, so.
I hope we get like one where it's Nidhogg and Hraesvelgr at the same time, or something like that. Brothers in Arms Ultimate. Brother. Imagine once we get Vertra and Azdaja, and we get the seven children Ultimate.
They can just like.
T's gonna be finally free, and she's gonna wail on us.
Yeah, Tiamat's gonna show up in that fight too.
If they do Hraesvelgr and Nidhogg, they can like slap their heads together and they have 2 working eyes.
Yeah. All right. Nidhogg had 2 working eyes in the last fight. In case you.
Well, yeah, because he took what's his face's other one.
He took his own back.
Yeah. Well, whatever. So one of them's gone.
So no, by the time
Dragon's
it's done, both Hraesvelgr had both his eyes back because he gave us one, and then we then when Nidhogg took one of Hraesvelgr's eyes,
he had none.
Yeah, all right, technically, yeah, Hraesvelgr. So he technically has one Hraesvelgr eye. He's made his own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because wait, no, did we? No, because he takes. Oh no, when we destroy him, he loses that eye, but then Estinian has the one eye that Ishgard has, and then they take the other eye back from Thornton. So it is both his eyes, but Hraesvelgr's still missing one.
Yeah.
All right. I mixed my cannons up and everything.
Yeah. Anyways, pointless.
It's ultimate. It's not pointless at all.
Sorry.
Ultimate. But Sly, you said Alexander's too soon, but you didn't give me an answer.
I would say something with the primals, like maybe the 2.0 primals. Yeah, of course, all at once, but who would be the main primal? Because this is mainly
Ultima weapon.
No. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that one since he already summons
Good King Moggle.
No, God no. Ew. Ultimate Moggle.
Good King Moggle. Good King Mog.
I know exactly what it's going to be.
What?
Ultimate Cape
Westwind.
Westwind.
Oh, that's right. They could do one against the 4 generals. They did want it because they wanted to do the fight against.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh.
And then they could just throw Xenos and Regula in there. Fuck it.
That'd be kind of cool, actually.
They did originally for the original FanFest. They actually wanted to do the 4 generals instead of Odin, and they went with Odin instead because they could tie it into the story, in a sense. So we've got some options. We have more options than I thought before we started this discussion than when we ended it.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of, and then eventually Ultima and Omega is an option that you could throw out there technically, but that's not till way down the line.
Later. Yeah.
And then the final thing they spoke about before drinking profusely for an hour was Return to Ivalice. They showed us the cover art, which shows Ramza and Delita, and they're going to Rabanaster, boys.
In the Dalmasca Desert.
Yes, Rabanaster. All I know is if they said there's a few little homages to Final Fantasy XII in there, I better see a Captain Bosch, von Ronsenberg of Dalmasca reference.
Well, so it's really confusing. I'm really confused as to how it's going to work. Because someone out there was saying there's a screenshot of like an in-game render of Rabanaster, and it's not destroyed.
I don't know. They might be mixing it up with the castle because there was an image of a castle that came out a long time ago that never amounted to anything.
Maybe.
There is a screenshot, but it's not of in-game graphics. It's the art with the airship flying towards.
Yeah.
What
That's
looks
what I
to be a horribly warped Rabanaster.
Yeah, and they said it's destroyed. Like they said, like this is a story that happened in the past or something. So it makes me think like, is it going to be echo stuff, time travel, like?
Well, specifically, the story told in Final Fantasy Tactics in its entirety is a Garlean legend, pretty much.
Yeah.
So if you know the story of Tactics, that's a Garlean folktale, in a sense, which speaks very heavily to its inspirations. But they said it's going to be very loyal to Final Fantasy Tactics in particular. And considering it's Ramza and Delita, that kind of has to be the case, in a sense. So... Oh, he showed it on his cell phone. I didn't see that.
So like there was a picture of it like not destroyed.
Yeah, so Matsuno pulled out his phone and showed a picture of the in-game Rabanaster.
So it's like,
why did he have it on
time
his
travel?
phone?
Time travel.
Of all the places that
Echo.
he has it on his fucking phone.
I think there's gonna be some weird stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Either way.
It looks pretty exciting. They don't give us too many details other than just the picture with Ramza and Delita, the airship, and the horribly warped Rabanaster.
Please, Tactics gear design.
We have some gear from Tactics, or we have some gears from Tactics Ogre. My bad. Yeah, we'll probably see something some things along those lines. I just wonder if we're gonna have Ramses and NPC with us, and Yell's gonna be OP once again.
Now, in regards to the artwork, one thing I did want to mention, the boss design, the one that they showed off.
Yeah.
It's definitely a Mimia. A Mimia, like, first thing I thought was SMT when I saw this. Like, it has the SMT, a really, really strong SMT vibe. But put that art aside, like right beside Mara, and see what happens.
No, don't.
Yeah, it's the same goddamn thing.
It's not a dick chariot. It's a chariot.
It's a fucking chariot.
It's not a dick chariot.
They almost look exactly the fucking same.
They don't look even remotely the same because one of them's not a dick sitting on a fucking chariot. One of them's just a dude who's shaped like a chariot. Not every chariot has to be full of dicks, Sly.
It almost looks like the dick chariot.
It doesn't look anything like the. I just played through P5 again. This looks nothing like a dick chariot. You just want it to be a dick chariot. Speaking of which, this guy did the designs for Garo for the bosses. Didn't he also do some Shin Megami Tensei?
That's what he did, like SMT4 and Apocalypse. Yeah.
Don't give Sly more fuel.
It is true. This guy did work on SMT, to be fair.
That's why I said it.
Yeah. It looks like Capricorn, as in the Zodiac. So, Sly, get your dick chariots out of here.
Boom.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, just Google any SMT game or any Persona game. Just don't be at work when you do it. And type in Mara, M-A-R-A, and you'll understand the Dick Chariot reference. Yeah. So I forgot until you had mentioned, until you started talking about Mara, that this guy did design Shin Megami Tensei bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Great. No Dick Chariots, Sly. No Dick Chariots.
Still a possibility.
It's not gonna happen. It just can't. It just won't.
I believe.
I don't. You can believe it all you want. And it was really weird because after this, there's like one more slide where they just kind of go over like the bare bone basics of it. And then, other than the thing he does with his cell phone, they literally didn't do anything for the second half of the live letter. I've never seen a second half of the live letter that had like as little attention as the Yasumi Matsuno one, which I felt should have been the one that had the most attention of like almost all of them. I'd say the one that had the most attention at this point is either Koji or the UI guy that we had on like not too long ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Just no Dick Chariots. Just please, no Dick Chariots. Sly. I'm gonna blame you if there's a Dick Chariot. You want the $400 statue of the Dick Chariot?
Yes, I would.
Somebody get him a $400 statue of the Dick Chariot.
It's a good-looking Dick Chariot.
You heard it here first. Sly thinks it's a good-looking Dick Chariot.
I'm not even gonna lie. It's a good-looking Dick Chariot.
Man, and I thought we were getting demonetized on YouTube before this show.
It's always something with this show. You know that. It's always something.
It's always something.
There's always something. One point at every episode. There's something. And this is it.
This is the thing.
Dick Chariot. It's a Dick Chariot.
This is the thing. This is the moment that people spend their time in evenings watching. You all, I'm proud of you all.
There it is.
There it is. I can't wait to thank our sponsors at the end of this show. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for sponsoring the show, guys. I hope you liked us talking about Dick Chariots the whole time.
It's a similar design. That's all I'm saying.
Sly, I could put a horse chariot in front of you. You think it's a Dick Chariot?
No. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Hold on.
All right. Okay. Anyway, on that note, there's only a few other things that have happened, really, throughout that 14-hour broadcast. We're not talking about the Rising, because we talked about that last week. The other thing is the lore panel, which was fun, but, without Ethis here, I kind of feel bad talking about it. So we're going to leave that lore panel and some other look, because I had a lore interview with Koji, and Ethis even has a few things, lore tidbits, that he's going to be sharing in the future. Mm-hmm. So I know because I'm the one who asked Koji those questions. So I gave Ethis a little bit of time with Koji. I hugged him so that I could transfer the
saw.
energy. Yeah, they said he said no to the kiss. Ethis requested a kiss, a smooch, more specifically, and I said, can I kiss him? And the PR people were like, yeah, I don't think we can do a picture of that. He's got a wife and kids. Chat really wants me to mention the edit glamour being on the Mog Station.
It sure is.
And the Dark Knights with the sides.
Yeah.
Now that was news to me because I actually didn't see that, so I'm gonna go see that right now. I suppose.
It's amazing. The animations look so good.
Do they? Oh man!
Yes.
Don't tell me I'm gonna have to make a video on this.
It's almost like they designed Dark Knight with this scythe in mind.
Yeah.
Everything was perfect.
Well, I mean, all the jobs can wear it. It's just that the Dark Knight happens to have. Yeah, those sides are pretty cool. The Grim Reaper, the Fate Reaper, the Soul Reaper, the Heart Reaper, and the Blood Reaper. Oh man.
Yeah,
Well,
I have it on my Dark Knight already. It's great.
Yeah, those sides. I'm gonna have to make a video on this one. Do a video of all the animations. That's gonna be fun. All right. Well, now Burn can shut the hell up, at least about fucking sides, because he's been begging for this shit for ages. Sly, did you just send? What did you send me? What is this? Stop! It's not a dick chair. They don't look anything alike. They actually look nothing alike.
Really?
They really don't look anything alike, dude.
It really doesn't help that one picture is fucking normal size, the other picture's a small dick.
Yeah.
It's a small dick picture. They actually look nothing alike. You're only helping my case. Anyway, Yokai's back.
I found out something cool about it.
Yeah,
so, let's say you got halfway done, right, with the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It reset. So now, for example, I have like 2 weapons left. I only have to do 15 medals for them. I don't have to do 30.
You're actually going to do this.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yep. It just completely reset. So I was like, wait, I have 30 of these medals I never turned in. Oh, I only need 15.
That's pretty handy.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's a pretty sweet little advantage. It doesn't help me because I think I have 0, but... No, actually, I think I did 3 zones worth. I might actually have a few already. So then you just take... Yeah, okay.
Well, if you have 3, then because the last 3 are 30, so that means you wouldn't have to worry about doing the 30 medal ones.
That's pretty nice.
I got rid of my medallion. Kind of got rid of it.
You can get a new one.
Yeah, just get a new one. The NPCs are back, so...
Yeah.
I don't know why I got rid of it. It's a key item.
It's a key item, but like, I just got tired of seeing him. Like, hopefully this shit's not going to come back. Well, about that, Sly. Yeah. Go get your weapons. Yeah. No, I'm not doing it. I don't care.
Some people were upset they didn't add new weapons for the new jobs, and I was like, I don't think they actually planned on doing this event again until like very recently, and it takes a pretty long time to get these collaboration things done.
Yeah.
Right.
To design the minions and the weapons and all that, and to test them and see that they look good and all that. So I don't think we will see that. It's just, if you want the glowing jizz mount, you now have a second chance to get it.
Yep.
Hooray.
Listen, Sly, you're all in the dick cherries. I figured the glowing jizz mount would be your next favorite thing.
Yeah.
Not really. No.
Not as exciting, I guess. Not as exciting for Sly.
Nope.
He just wants to go to the source. Anyway.
Oh, boy.
Sly, don't
Again,
give me that look.
words.
We're just digging deeper and deeper.
I mean, yeah.
That's not helping either. Anyway, man. Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. Is there anything else that happened that I'm not remembering? I don't think.
I mean,
We heard about glamour system stuff.
Oh yeah, there's that.
There's something noteworthy.
Yeah, glamour stuff. They said, well, we've known that for a while. They're working on a complete overhaul to the glamour system.
Yeah, but we got a little more detail now.
They didn't get too much more. It's
Yeah,
more like
what he said, where it's going to be like you can save glamours kind of like you can save character data.
Well, I don't know. For me, that just speaks more to the way that the gear sets work and fixing that. How you can't, like, if you glamour the same piece on 2 different gear sets, it doesn't, it still just keeps the glamour across both.
I mean, well, that just means you can make a bunch of different gear sets with different glamours and swap between them.
Well, that's what people want. That's been the number one complaint with the way it works now. So, I completely agree that that should be something that they fix, but still.
Yeah.
And get glamour at an earlier level. That would be kind of nice, not getting it at level 50.
Yep, they're fixing Castrum and Praetorian, but we kind of
we touched on that. We don't have specifics on that.
Yeah.
All we know is they want to they want to remedy the issue with those dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see. Other than that, I don't know that there was anything else. There was a lot of tiny things, like comments from the secondary stream, like about Omega Savage and their expectations for people on that. But there were, I don't really think there was anything too major that we haven't actually already hit. Yeah. So
they said they were talking about the cape in 04S.
Turn your camera.
They actually brought that up.
Your camera. Yeah, they're like, so what do you think about people who die to the cape and complaining about it? He's like, you just turn your camera, and then you can see people behind the cape.
But it's more the black holes.
The black holes.
Yeah.
That hide under the capes.
I mean, I've died plenty of times to a black hole.
I just have a rule of not running through them. If I don't know if I can't see.
Well, I have to melee.
Don't be a bitch.
Listen, it gets a little tight sometimes, especially like when the black holes are passing by you and you're trying to like weave around so you don't.
That's their problem. They're the ones kiting it. I'm letting them deal with that shit. I'm melee DPS. I've got plenty of fucking space. That's on them. I don't care. I'm not moving, and if they're kiting by, I'm not running through the boss. I'm telling you that much. I ain't doing that. Yeah,
I'm no longer trusted.
Unending Bahamut. Just turn 13, but Bahamut has a cape. Can't see
Perfect. Can't see anything.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Just add capes to everyone. The Incredibles were right.
Cape mechanics.
No capes. No capes.
That'll be the meme for this raid.
Bahamut's adjustments are in 4.1. I guess that was another tiny tidbit. Whatever they're doing to him, you're gonna. Sorry. Sorry, summoners. I didn't complain about it. Other people complained about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like Big Daddy Bahamut.
Me too.
All right. On that note, though, I think that covers pretty much all the news from this week. I'm sure there's, again, tiny little details that we didn't make it into the show, but we can't hit every single one of them. Yeah. So anyway, let's wrap up the show. Move on over into a post show where we can keep talking about dick chariots.
Woo!
Woo! I should have renamed the show Dick Chariots featuring Very Merri. You want a real quick way to get flagged on YouTube?
I don't want my name next to that.
Well, I don't know that you have much choice at this point.
Just a quick note. I said the actual name Mara. You said
it's a dick chariot.
I had to explain.
It's a dick chariot.
I had to explain to them what Mara was, Sly. On that note, though, I think Merri would like to tell everyone where they can find him at.
You can find me at twitter.com/very_Merri or twitch.tv/very_Merri.
I'm so glad you didn't say twitter.com/dickchariot.
Don't go
He's still
there.
going. He's still going.
I wonder. I don't want to find out. That's where you can find me.
That's where you can find him.
Not at Dick Chair.
Not there. There you go. Sly, where can they find you at?
Nothing else on that one? I thought you were just going to put something Dick Chariot on that one. You can find me at twitch.tv/Slyakagreyfox. You can find me on Instagram at Slyakagreyfox07. You can find me on Twitter at Slythefox. You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/The Velvet Room. And yeah.
What are you typing?
What are you doing?
Replying to someone.
Oh yeah. It's a secret incoming. So I thought there were Dick Chariot things about that.
No. Next video.
Ooh. You can also find Sly riding dick chariots everywhere.
Yep.
Buy him a $400 statue and make him show it to you on stream. Fuck the muffin. We're all about dick chariots now. All right. And I am the last host because I'm not even going to let Sly try to transition to me. As much as I'd love for you guys to see his face for the entirety of his reaction to this, I am the final host here, Mr. Happy. You can find me, Mr. Happy1227, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. And I just came back from PAX West. I got to play a lot of games, so I'm going to be talking about them a lot this week. Divinity Original Sin 2 comes out very soon, and I want to play it. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. One thing though, before we get going for the final part of the stream, we've got a couple of things. First, we got to go over our patrons. Sly, I'm going to announce the other thing that I spoke to you about earlier. Although I still got to get confirmation on all the episodes that were. Oh, great! It's clipped. Dick Cherry. It's awesome. Anyway, check your Twitter. Anyway, we did have some new people who sponsored the stream this last week. For those who don't know, because YouTube's been flagging this, we've started allowing people to sponsor State of the Realm and some of my other shows on my YouTube channel through Patreon. So I'm gonna still do all of them this week. I've kind of naming every patron every week eventually is gonna get kind of out of hand, but for now it seems to be okay. We have standard sponsors. We have Ignis Fairgun from Diabolos. We have Goetia Valefar from Siren. We have, of course, Sly remembers from last week, Jean-Francois. I love saying that name. And I say it wrong, but I still love saying it every week. Themacholuis, Hersh Fersh of Faerie, Phoenix Down Free Company of Goblin, and Serren from Zodiark. And then also we have some of our elite tier sponsors. We have TinColossus, who upgraded to elite this week. Thank you. Killerhackman, who I said Killerhackman cheers Miles last week when it was just Killerhackman, and then he said cheers, like goodbye, and I just included the whole thing, so it's kind of weird. Raul Jr., Darklight2013, Ramil Gaming, and Kiltastic Jones. Thank you for sponsoring the show. And as part of that, State of the Realm would like to start producing some additional content. And one of those is going to be a new segment called Host of the Realm. We're going to do a segment on each of the recurring hosts, any that agree to it at the very least. And Sly, you're going to be the first episode that we do. We're going to get working on that this week, most likely. So you could talk about your experience. Fuck you. I talked to you in private about it.
I gotta go first.
You gotta go first because you're the co-host. You gotta talk about getting on the show. You gotta talk about your experiences before the show. You know how things have been since doing the show. What you liked about it. We're gonna talk about your experience and your growth over the last almost 3 years at this point.
Talk about the dick chariots.
Yeah, and then it ends with dick chariots.
Yeah.
This is still gonna be a thing, isn't it? Oh god.
It's your fault, dude.
Yeah. It's gonna be a thing. Listen, chocolate muffin is the past. Dick chariot is the future.
Dick chariots all the way.
Especially when Persona 6 comes out in like 15 years. You know it's gonna be that long before another fucking.
Yeah, probably.
That's gonna definitely happen. Anyway, I am going to wrap up the show on that point. We're gonna move over onto the post show. Thank you everyone for joining us this week, and we will see you next week for more dick chariots. Thank you, and until next time, take care. And post show.
All right.
And post show.
Dick